Ooh, we in that thing.
Yes, sir. We are back again. One more time, the TheMic Podcast. It's your boy Tevin El Chapo.
What's up? It's your girl Gigi.
It's your boy DJ Ristic.
Back on the scene one more time, one more again. You know, we're going to start it up real nice and right, man. So what we listening to? What we liking?
Okay, so lately I've been listening to Daniel Caesar. You know, I've been on a vibe recently. And I've been listening to Beauty and Essex. I feel like I mentioned this before, but I really can't get over the song. Like, I like it so much.
Hold on. What? Repeat that song? What song?
Beauty and Essex, but it's like Essex. So
okay,
Essex,
okay.
Am I saying it wrong?
No. As long as you spelled it, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just help me out. What you listening to there?
Man, like I said, I'm big on the singles, man. So I know I was on that God's Warrior by T Grizzly, bro. Then on top of that, I was bumping that. I want to say that Tink Bad Sides, but I mean her whole album was cool. I forgot to name her album, but
I did too.
Bad
Shout out to
Intentions,
Gigi.
I think.
yeah, it's the Bad Intentions, something like that. Yeah. But Bad Sides, that's a thumper. And then there's a couple other things out there. I mean, but for the most part, those been on repeat nonstop. And then that EXO, but I said that last podcast, but it's a repeat on repeat.
Got hit with the repeats.
Right, deserves a notable next week mention.
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to think, like, you know, we talking about, I'm the same way. Like, I got repeats. I'm still listening to Schoolboy.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm still listening to Lil Nas X a little bit. Right now, my shit right now is YG Stop Snitching. That shit is hard as hell.
Yeah, it comes in hot already.
Yeah, he come in super hot. Did y'all see the video for it?
No.
Y'all gotta watch
I seen the post of the video on YouTube, but I ain't
Gotta
seen it
watch
myself.
the video. I promise you, bro, it's worth it.
Probably right on there. We probably got to see that thing. For
It
real.
is, bro. Like, it really, like, it fuck your head up because the song don't even match the video, but it do match the video perfectly at the same time.
And then he wearing that funky stuff. He ain't wearing like a
Bro, it
mariachi
takes place in
stuff.
slavery.
No, that's
bro.
the Go Loco
Okay,
song.
go look. Okay.
Nah, it's like a slavery type thing. So, you know, that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to ruin it for you, but it's definitely take place in slavery.
No, I think I remember that. Then he tried to he did some Nat Turner type shit. Like,
Slicks.
yeah, but no, bro, I think I seen that, bro. I think I seen that. Like,
watch it again, goddamn.
the fat dude get caught because he can't run.
Yeah, all right.
He outside praying like the master told Compton.
Yo,
Right there in the front porch.
bro.
You gotta catch that thing.
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch
As soon as he
it.
started describing that shit, I was
You
like, I
gotta
know
watch
exactly what you're talking about, bro.
Okay.
But you know, other than that, you know, that's all I've been really rocking with. I've been listening to, you know, my regular shit. You know, Earth Gang, Jid.
G's supposed to be on tour, bro. I heard he's
yeah,
on tour.
I know he just did the 151 Run video.
Oh yeah, I seen that too.
joint.
I seen that too.
You know, that producer made the beat was in the video.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Chris Stowe, that was the dude that was like had him chained up in the video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so let's get right into the next one, man. So I've been thinking about it. You know, last time we talked about Lil Nas X, we talked about how it's not a country song.
Mm-hmm.
What we didn't really talk about was longevity-wise. Like, what did we see with that guy? Because I personally think that's a novelty song, period, first and foremost. So how long are we going to let the novelty hold? Like, you can't make a whole country trap out.
Right.
Or if you can, I mean, more power to you, but that's what you think going to happen. So, I mean, you know, we see a lot of people come and go more than anything. So I just want to see, you know, how y'all feel about that.
Honestly, I'm putting him in the same category as Trippie Redd right now. Like, I feel like Trippie Redd releases a whole bunch of, except for that one album that he came out with, but, you know, he releases, like, a whole bunch of, like, bops that we listen to, like jingles, kind of.
Oh, I like that
You
one.
know
That
what
was
I mean?
nice, right? Though jingles, yeah,
Yeah, because they're not saying anything. There's no
Right.
substance to it, but it's just, like, it's cool to, you know, vibe to.
Snap
Like,
your
when I was
fingers.
driving, I was like, okay. You know, I was singing to
I
it.
feel it.
right. I like that one though. The jingles though, it remind me of. Yeah, remember that Jamie Foxx show? He was a goddamn jingle writer. Hey, that's what
yeah,
yeah.
So that's what made me like, damn, those are jingles though. Cause they
Yeah.
catchy
For
as
sure.
hell. Make you tap your feet and clap your hands and like a little happy, like little, you know, California raisins type. You know, one of them by them commercials, but you just couldn't help it. But like hear it or repeat it. But no, most definitely do Trippie Redd with the jingles though. Him and I think Lil Key like that too though. He got like his album's good, but that like what make him instead of that Nameless record he dropped. That's what I kind of like about him. But yeah, he's like one of them novelty type people. I just need like solidity when it comes to them. No, I don't look for it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look for it, especially in their projects. I look for bangers. things people like, catchy, hooky stuff. Nothing that's like nothing of substance. Like not like if I was to scale a Kendrick Lamar album, Schoolboy Q, Dizzy Wright, you know what I'm saying? Any of those other people.
Well, I mean, what's the difference between one or the other? Because there's certain people that can have longevity in the game, like making pops forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you one, Snoop, like, easily. Like, Snoop come in and out, make music.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he don't really have to make music like that, you know what I'm saying? Versus, like, people who, like, you know what I'm saying, like the OG Macos, like the, I keep saying OG Maco, that's the only one that keep coming to my mind immediately.
Oh, you
like,
be tearing that man up. Oh,
I don't tear him up, bro. It's just like, because
he's a fan that's just
I was a legit fan, bro, for real. He was making, like, we was talking about, like, he was one of the first people to really try that grunge trap shit.
Right.
And they just never manifested. And, you know, it's just not really because, like, all his fault. You know, he got, like, personal shit going on, lost his eye. He got flesh-eating diseases and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, it's not all his fault by any means, but it's just when I think of one-hit wonder, it's like he's legit a one-hit wonder because we don't think of none of this other shit besides, bitch, you guessed it, or fuck 'em. Yeah.
Yeah.
But name another song other than
Dang, that bass be coming in heavy, but
yeah,
exactly.
I'm like, ooh, I feel it in my tummy.
Damn, Brandon.
I think I got a boo boo.
Stupid, yo. So I'm just saying, like, when I think one hit wonders, that's just the first thing that comes to my mind. But it's playing more like Vanilla Ice, my nigga. I mean, we can go on for days, but just like, what makes the difference between like being a one hit wonder and being somebody with longevity? Like, what's the gap? Like, what is it for real?
You have more of an impact, is it?
I would
maybe
say, yeah.
because you know, like people like Future, he's going down in history. Okay, ain't nobody ever gonna forget about Future.
Yeah,
or Schoolboy, Tyler the Creator. Now you know he's left an impression. But if you don't leave an impression, people are gonna forget about you. You know, because somebody else is gonna come out with a 15-minute. You know, get their 15-minute fame. I don't know, it's just 15 minutes of fame. Really, you don't get nothing unless you invest.
Yeah, true. I mean, 15 minutes can, you know, it could be 15 minutes or it could be 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, some people have that longevity, some people don't. And I think more than anything, it's probably just like how you're able to adapt, like, throughout time. Like, a lot of these cats, especially nowadays, I don't know how they be adapting, like, for real. I don't see them really adapting, for real. Like, we in a new wave of trap, which is fine, but it's just like, it's not going to last forever. So what you going to do after that?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like they're just gonna come out with like instrumentals. Like we ain't even gonna be talking something.
Nah, I feel no. They ain't gonna, cause it's been times when I've dealt with, or I've even done like a sets of, or like a little small 8 to 10 minutes of it, like just lyrics, or just just like instrumentals, or just lyrics, even acapella type things. It's not something that's gonna get picked up, or something that's everybody's gonna like. It's gonna be so select. It got to be like a general concept. It has to have something. When it comes to making music, especially when you're dealing with longevity, it has to have something that's like catchy enough for the simple person to enjoy, but complex enough for someone of higher intellect that digs into the community or who loves the culture to basically adapt it or take it in. Because if you come new and you too simple, and then they're just gonna brush you off. You know what I'm saying? But if you got that mix of just having you got nice hooks, chorus, and your verses are nice, or your verse got a nice cadence flow, then yeah, I feel like you might become longevity after that, because that's why they were doing Future like that for a minute, because he just sing, or he just do this and do that. But he was consistently doing that shit.
And his beats too.
His beats,
and his beat selection.
Shout out to everybody who's made his beats. Zaytoven, Metro,
Mike Will, Southside. You know what I'm saying?
AKA the Dungeon Family from back in the day, man. I'm trying to tell you, who popped off on it too.
But, you know, I mean, like, we got to think about the same thing with the OGs, like the Futures or the T.I.'s or the Gucci Manes of the world, you know what I'm saying, who've been around for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the South, of course, but just, you know, been around for a long-ass time and still highly relevant. So, you know what I'm saying, like, before social media and everything. So, you know, I think for one, like, when it comes to OGs back then, that the fact that social media wasn't a thing definitely helps. Like, with now that it is a thing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Versus, like, coming out in the social media era, where it's like you kind of already got that following, but you could easily lose that shit. Like T.I., he built that shit like from the ground up, literally. Like before anybody knew who he was or what he was doing. But you know, like someone like a Lil Nas X, like you can pop off one song and get 1 million followers.
Oh yeah,
and then like
there's no actual grind to it. It's just like instant fame is what they like to call it.
Yeah, that
shouts out to Instagram for making that hashtag instant fame.
And you know what I'm saying? So I mean, people fall off, and you know, some people fake fall off. Like I think Young Thug fake fell off because, and that's what I mean.
I can agree.
This is what I mean when I say this. I personally don't think he fell off. I don't honestly know anybody who does fell off. But if you ask these media outlets or whatever, they saying that he fell off heavy, and I'm just like, I don't see it at all. Like, so I call that fake fall off because as far as I can tell, he's still on. He's still out here making money. He's still out here Richie Hill.
Right. He's
still out here making music niggas fuck with. You know what I'm saying? I still listen to his albums personally, like no matter how I may feel about it at the time. And you know, I didn't even like Thug when he first came out. Like when I first heard I Came From Nothing, the mixtapes, like 1, 2, 3, all them shits was ass as far as I'm concerned.
Oh shit.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Listen, I don't care what I
tell about you feel, man. That's the point of the podcast.
I don't care how y'all feel about that, bro. Like, for real, you know, people gonna hate me for that. People gonna still hate me for that. Like, people from high school hate me for that. I'm like, bro, this shit was ass. And I still look back to it, and it's still ass. Like, it don't change.
It's just not good at all.
He's gotten better as an artist. That's progression. We should be glad that his shit started ass and he came up. Like, we shouldn't wish that upon him. But, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, fake fall off. Like, some people can, like, fall off to a certain degree but still be on. And I just don't know, like, when it comes to, like, these newer artists, like, because even when we think about Thug is not a new artist no more.
Nah, he ain't new at all no more.
Yeah, he really not. So, like, we got the Thug Juniors now. We got the Gunners and the Lil Keys of the world now. So
kind of still sound like him, but it ain't Thug. I do like the album cover he had. What's the one that was controversial with the dress? Yeah, Mayweather. Mayweather was like one of the songs.
Jeffrey?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey was hard.
Yo,
Jeffrey was hard.
To this day, I will always back Jeffrey, dog. Like, from the album cover to the content in the album, that whole project was actually good. It's just so controversial because he had that dress on.
For sure.
And people didn't like it. But I was like, yo, the dress is like, dope. Like, I'm mad that it's Thugger rocking it, but I mean, it's Thugger being Thugger.
Exactly. Like, he always been like that.
Yeah, but I mean, if you take the dress and put it on somebody else, I'm pretty sure it still look just fine, bro. Because it took just that content, or the content he put it in for us to even acknowledge the dress or the whole outfit. The whole outfit was like, I like it. To this day, I'm gonna support the damn outfit. That's it. It was nice. It was a nice outfit.
It's, even if you ask people who knew Thug like before that, like they would say like Thug always been that way. Like he always wore like girls' clothes because he was just a skinny nigga, so he wore shit.
Right, he fit it. That's all. That's what it was. He fit that shit.
You know, I never understood like the whole backlash behind that. But you're right. Like that was definitely a hard album. Super Slimy with him and Future was hard as far as I'm concerned.
That shit was dope.
But it's just like, again, like longevity wise, like where do these other cats, these newer cats, like fit into that? Like they don't have the luxury of being around like Thug or being around like T.I. or being around like Gucci, who just, you know, who've been around long enough that we know them, and that even if they do fall off, like even a little bit, they can still be on just off what they already did.
But it's hard though, especially when you get that hit that's so big. And I'm saying it's like, that's what makes it so difficult for like the one-hit wonders and the people who do the longevity. Like the longevity people are down. They cool with downtown. They're not down with downtown, but they're okay and they understand downtown. But like we can take Lil Nas as an example, but even with God dang, not Future, but Designer, when he made that Panda and he tried to come out with a couple other hits, it wasn't as good as Panda, but he's not. I think he just wasn't accustomed to not being successful. That made him less successful in the culture, especially the hip hop culture. Like you got a big hit like that from almost out of nowhere, and it's hard to follow up after that, or it's hard to find that next step because that first step was so huge. Now they're going to expect nothing less from you. And I understand. I take blame for it because, I mean, once you drop that Panda and you realize that, I realize that you're not Future. Like, this ain't just another hit. This your hit that's separate, and you not. And you claim you're not Future. He said, I was hot. And you claiming you're not this guy. So we need you to be you. we need to see the difference between you and Future, or what made you stand out, what made that Panda sound so good after we found out you wasn't Future Hendrix.
Right.
True shit.
I think that.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so my difference is, I think, so you can't really be, like, you have to have some good content in order to be, like, longevity, for example. You can't really be 15 minutes of fame these days because there's social media. Back then, they didn't have social media, so they had to work for what they wanted, work for what they got. Had to sell actual CDs and stuff in order to, make profit, get known, network. You don't really have to network nowadays. You just got to get on social media.
They try to start drumming for that.
Right.
Selling CDs out his house in the trunk.
Exactly.
So, I think that's what the difference. It's not really. You can do your little 15 minutes of fame and stuff like that, but you got to really be consistent and like keep the people, because we always changing it up. It's always something new that we like. I don't know. It's hard to make it though.
It is. It's hard as hell. Like harder than it's ever been.
Because you got a universal platform, like automatic.
Exactly. Like you can be ass and still have your shit on Apple Music.
Yep.
Like you have no budget. If you got the money to put it on
shitty and still be
no
publishing
backing.
and pushing shit on Apple Music all day
and still be on Spotify, bro.
I'm trying to tell you.
It's just like it's hard to like branch out now more than ever because of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You could pop off of one video, and you know what I'm saying? Like just even people like Chief Keef, like who got viral off of one music video that he shot in his
That's
house.
that shit I don't like.
Bang bang, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So
when he on house arrest when he shot
he
that?
was, bro. He shot that whole shit in the house. He had all his homeboys come through. They had no guns because niggas on house arrest. You can't have no gun in the video.
He a felon. Period. You can't have no gun around him at all.
Gun around him at all. And it's just like, bam, Kanye West catch it, over with, viral.
Oh, that's just like what's calling them mixed personality, man. That's when I heard him, but it was like Murder on My Mind was the first one. I was like, wow.
It
went to Kanye co-sign. Yeah. Melly. Is it YMW Melly?
Oh,
yeah, I think so, yeah.
YMW Melly. It went into, I heard that, like the mixed personalities with Kanye on it that made me go back
for real?
and check his catalog. Yeah, I mean, but once again, I am a Kanye fan, so anything Kanye co-signed off of, I gotta check it out. I'm sorry, I gotta check. But I mean, the Murder on My Mind is something I heard. I was like, I like it, but I don't understand like why people was bumping it so hard because murder isn't on my mind. I'm trying to live as long as possible.
For sure. But I mean, it's just a hard song, period, bro. We live in the era.
It's good though. It's still good.
Like the song was fire, but at the same time, like that's what we promote now. That's what catch the attention, bro. And that's what he was on, bro. Like nigga, man, murder on his mind, bro. I don't know what to say.
It really was on his mind, yes sir.
Straight up, he was. I mean, that's one thing you can say. Like he was one of the few that was really about that shit. You know, as we can currently see. Like, I'm trying to get this nigga.
Couple charges waiting on
charges. But that's another one. Like with the one hit wonders, you know what I'm saying? Like one hit wonders don't always be because you can't match up with the hit. It just be sometimes the hit was so hard that life just hit your ass like that.
Yeah, life hit you bad just as hard, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So I hope that it's not a one hit wonder. I don't wish nobody to die in prison. Period. But he did commit murder allegedly. I don't know if he did.
We don't know everything.
I don't know anything about that situation. You know what I'm saying?
I want to know when the first time you heard YNW Melly, because it seems like you probably been knew about him, but I ain't knew about him until about that.
Just when I showed you that song, well, I can't even remember what the name of it now is. But it's like doo-doo-doo. I gotta look it up. I think it's Rolling Paper or something. Rolling Loud.
Oh
Rolling
Loud. No, I remember Rolling Loud.
It was on the album though.
It's on the same album though. Yeah. But I remember you telling me that. And then on top of that, that's how I found Mixed Personality. Because she guided me to that one. And then on my way home, I heard the Mixed Personality remix. Or it was the one with Kanye. I don't know at the time if it was a remix, but it was one with Kanye on it basically. Because by the time I heard it, he was on it.
No, I had heard.
But Rolling Loud, yeah, I remember that one.
My homeboy, he was like singing that shit, like that Murder on My Mind shit. And then he was like, bro, you should hear that song. And that's the only way I heard it. And I was like, oh, okay, this nigga's actually pretty straight. Okay. Like, he sounded kind of like Schoolie a little bit.
Yeah, that's what happened. Like he sounded like Schoolie and Habits and Contradictions when he was singing a little bit. I was like, yeah, it sounded like he was going through it. But like he said, when he wrote the song, he was in prison.
So see, yeah, and that's another one. Like Schoolie is another one. We talk longevity wise. Like we forget, Schoolie is a young OG in his own right too. Like he's really like 23, 24. But Rich Kids really put on a lot of shit, especially in the city. So You know, it's just weird. Like when we think one hit wonders, like there's plenty of ways that can happen. But I mean, if you could find a way to adapt and find a way to just be you and still be current, like that's the only real way that I could see. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like other than I don't know, my nigga just start acting or something like be LL Cool J.
LL did it both though. I feel like it was the rise of Jay-Z is the downfall of LL Cool J. If hip hop is to say it, but I mean, it's only they grew up in two different eras to me, basically. But at one point, they were crossing each other crosshairs, and they was battling here and there. But it wasn't like no real competition because Jay-Z was still the guy going off the dome, and LL he scripted, so he had but too many raps in his head before Jay-Z just going off the dome the whole time it's his turn. So it's like nah, they battled a couple times. It's for me watching and researching hip hop, and then it was just like. He made that transition. I feel like every hip hop artist do that. They make that transition into like the movie screen or into like more media, showing my face more type. But he was in the transition of doing that then, and why Jay-Z blew up.
I feel like that was more of a thing before the internet era.
Like, I said because of the internet. No, I wasn't saying it was the internet.
I'm not saying like you said that. I'm just saying in general.
Oh, okay.
Like before, like the internet.
Stop because of the internet.
Shout out because of the internet, another rapper, actor.
I know, right? That made that crossover.
Yeah, but honestly, he was acting before he did the rap. So.
Well, we knew him for
and then he did the singing shit, which is a whole other thing we gotta get into.
He got a whole R&B album.
For real, bro, and it was fire.
He got a Grammy.
I don't know how he did it.
Don't know.
But yeah, you know, just with LL, like, you know, he just came up in an era where it was like, you know what I'm saying, he was just that guy, he had that look about him, and you know what I'm saying, he could, you know, at least try to act. And, you know, nowadays, like, rappers don't have to necessarily do that no more. Like, that was part of getting exposure before the internet was getting on TV. Yep. So it's just like, now that that's not the case, like, there's not as many rappers trying to be actors anymore. Like, there's a few,
thought of it that way.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's a few out there, but not as many.
And if they are acting, they're acting as themselves, so, I mean.
Basically. Even if
Snoop Dogg making an appearance as Snoop Dogg.
I know.
Exactly.
He's a celebrity on TV and in real life.
Right.
Even if you watch, like, I watch, like, them hood movies. Like, I be watching Zaytoven's movies. Like, he got like 3 of them.
Yeah, I was saying he got 3. I seen only 2 of them.
I've seen all 3, bro. They about the same, bro. You seen one, you seen them all. But, you know, they will have, like, you know, Zay and, you know, all these other rappers. You work with Gucci Mane. I've seen Trouble. You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole bunch of artists just playing themselves, even though they weren't really themselves for real.
Right.
It was just, you know, it was crazy. So, you know, like I said, like, that doesn't really have to define your longevity. Not anymore, like, TV-wise. But, you know, it's just a cool thing to do. You know, it's just another way to get exposure. That's what you want to do. So, I mean, longevity really ain't nothing that can really be defined by one thing or defined by, like, one avenue. But if you can just maintain, like, your credibility somehow, some way, then, you know what I'm saying, you'll be all right one way or another. Even if the music don't sell, because music ain't everything.
Yeah.
TheMic Podcast. So, you know, we talk about longevity in the rap game, one-hit wonders. And we also, you know, we need to talk about, like, you know, just how, just the influence of people in general in one's life. So just, you know, like, couple-wise, like, who do y'all think is, like, the most influential couple in the game right now?
Right now?
Right now.
It would have to be Nipsey and Lauren London. Rest in peace.
Oh, I like
the reason I say that is because so many people value their love. Like, and I'm not, like, it's sad that he had to pass, and I'm pretty sure people appreciated their love before then, but it's sad, like, a lot of people and a lot of couples just put their relationship in such a high regard, like, and I don't know, the way they treated each other and valued each other, like, that was some deep love. You could tell. I don't even know them, and I could tell that they loved each other a lot. And I don't know much about them either, so I don't know. Yeah, it's deep.
She said, I don't know nothing about it. I don't know. Yeah, the love is real. Yes, I like that.
I think just, you know, like, with his passing, like, him, period, is just influential.
Yeah.
In what's going on right now. But couple-wise, besides them, I guess, I mean, that's a tough one. Like, the whole Nipsey one, that's a tough one because, you know, he's not here. God rest his soul.
Right.
But, you know, like, they were definitely, like, influential in their own right when he was here. And, you know, his spirit lives on with her. So, like, I could definitely give you that. But I would say it's hard for me to go against Beyonce and Jay-Z just because of Beyonce. Period. Beyonce.
Bro, she's such a spearhead woman, dog. I'm trying to tell you.
Bro, what? Like, I'm trying to tell you too, bro. Like, Charlotte is really anything she do, the world will stop.
Okay.
Cease to. I'm trying to like time itself cease to exist when she
No.
when she does anything.
Anything, bro. Beyonce just took a shit.
I
I could have sworn I lost
What
30
color
seconds
was
of my
it?
life waiting to hear that.
Straight up, bro. Like, even like Jay-Z is Jay-Z, and we all regard him as, you know, however you may feel about him musically speaking, he's one of the OGs in the game. He's had his hella hits, you know what I'm saying? Like, his resume, we ain't even got to talk about. But the fact that he's with Beyonce automatically puts him above and beyond a lot of motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Just period. And it's not even because I'm a Beyonce fan, you know what I'm saying, per se, because I'm really not. And I hate to say that on the record because I feel like somebody's going to get me
You
for it.
don't want to say it to
I don't
the
want to
people.
admit that.
How you really feel about it.
I don't want to really admit that because I just know somebody's going to have something to say about that. I just have a strong feeling. But, you know, I just, you know, just the strength of, like, her star power is just, like, it overshadows damn near anybody. Like, I say I put them above, who else? Cardi and Offset. I put them above, who else? Chris Brown, whoever he dating this week. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to go against them just off of Beyonce, period. Anything Beyonce do, everybody gonna co-sign it.
I think I like Rich the Kid and Tori. I like them as a couple, but they're not like a power couple. They just look good on Instagram. Shots out. I think Tori's pregnant too, but the two of them look good. I think only reason I know Tori is she DJs, and then Rich the Kid. When I started seeing her baby bump, I was like, damn, I'm sad I'm not the baby daddy. It's not obviously gonna be me, but still, I wanted to find out. I was so
might not be that obvious, bro.
Right, I had to find out who the baby daddy was.
Never
That
know.
was Rich the Kid. I was like, oh shit, I would too. I wouldn't try to, you know, pull out at all. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Nasty in that one, dog. But
For sure.
most definitely. Power couple though, I would say Beyonce and Jay will take the cake. Probably one of them. Everyone else is kind of low key with their relationship. You gotta understand, like J Cole really don't showcase his girl.
Yeah, I can't count them. Like when I talk.
She had
what you got? Epiphany time.
Okay, what about John Legend and his wife? They're really cute. I'm not
Oh,
going
yeah,
to
I forgot about
what's her
family,
name?
though.
Chris.
Yes. Okay.
I like Chris. She got that mean forehead. I know she.
Yes, she do.
She get mean forehead.
I know she got some fire. She got some fire and desire. You know what I'm saying? She got that forehead, boy. But yeah, I have to give it to them too. You know, like I said, them, Cardi and Offset for sure. I even say Remy Ma and Papoose.
Papoose, yeah, I like they are hip hop like power couple.
Yeah.
Super couple, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, it's a lot of different ones. But like, it's hard to bet against Beyonce. It's hard for me to even say I don't like her music like that. That's how I know you can't really bet against
But you can't go against Beyonce.
You can't. And I was gonna say for the record, I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm not saying the music is bad by any means. The music is good. I'm not saying she can't sing. She can sing fantastically. She can dance. She can act. She can do everything y'all think she can do.
All of the above.
She can do all the above and then some. I'm probably forgetting some shit. Some of the shit she can do. I'm just saying, me personally, as a person, I'm just not personally a fan. But she is great. Please don't look for me. Thank you.
He's silly.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. You can't do nothing anti-Beyonce, bro. Even if it smells anti-Beyonce,
But,
it's over with.
Another couple I like is it what's Gucci's girlfriend name? Keisha.
Keisha, yeah, that's
Gucci,
another one,
Keisha.
man.
I like Keisha because I like the support she was giving.
When she held him down when he was locked up.
Even after that, like it's like she didn't. It's like after he got locked up, she didn't let him revert to his old self, or she was more so encouraging. She probably was encouraging him in the process of him being in jail. Like, you know, you don't want to be here. I don't want you to be here. But either way it go, like, I feel like Gucci is in a better place
because of her.
Yeah, not because of her, but with the help of her. Because, you know, for him to make a change, it had to start with him, obviously. But for her to be that good support, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I be looking for. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I wish I had a chick like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, help me even through your hard, even through your hard times. So I'm like, I always been a fan of Keisha. Even but, when Gucci was going in, she said she was gonna stay down with him and hold it down for him. So I thought she wasn't, but she really did though, and kept pushing this
mixtape. Came home with $1 million, right? How you come home to a whole new $1 million, bro?
That ain't even yours. You
didn't do nothing to work. It was yours. It was some shit that you had did beforehand. Right. But she's the reason really why you got it in the first place.
That was like legit hustling flow, like that last scene. Like, I'm in charge. I'm in charge.
Exactly.
I need you to hear. I need you to say it out loud.
Straight up, bro. That's legendary, bro. That's
still dropping music.
Still dropping music faithfully, bro. I can't tell you how many hits, bro. Faithfully, bro. Oh my god. Listen, bro. That's gonna be a whole nother episode of we just talking Gucci.
Gucci finna have his whole podcast. Nigga.
We need a whole Gucci dedicated episode,
Gucci
bro.
Gonna have his whole podcast.
Cause I swear I can go on for days.
I'm going all the way back to Mr. Perfect, nigga.
Bro, man, listen. When he was dropping
white bricks.
He was dropping 3 mixtapes a day.
A day, I'm trying to tell you.
I still remember the day he dropped breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then had the nerve the next day to drop dessert. I was like, bro, this is 4 mixtapes and not even a whole 40 hours. I can't. We need a whole, next episode, a whole Gucci episode, bro. I'm for real, bro. I'm dead
ass. All about Gucci. I'm dead ass serious, bro. Gucci misses, your Gucci. Man, Gucci got some goofy ass interludes. I gotta let you
bro, we gonna save it for the Gucci episode, bro.
Gucci
save it for the Gucci episode,
bro.
I promise you. That's the next one. I promise. That's it.
We're gonna research Gucci just to talk about
I don't need the research.
Right.
I mean, I'm straight.
Gucci is my Gucci is legit my number 4 in my top 5 favorite rappers, bro. So I don't need no research. I can tell y'all top of his head everything he been doing, bro, on everything. So we can do that. Let's do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's for sure. Next episode, the Gucci episode, real talk, all about Gucci.
Gucci.
But yeah, all right. That was a mean tangent. We went on. All right, so let's get back on it. So power couples.
I forgot.
Power couples.
Yeah, we started talking about everything. Yes.
Okay.
All right, let me ask y'all, like, when we talk power couples, where are we feeling Kim and Kanye?
I mean,
damn, I didn't even recognize them as a power couple.
They're not.
For real, guys?
I mean, they are a power couple, though. They be dropping kids every year.
Yeah.
Dropping kids every year.
Okay, like the album debut, like
she been dropping kids in her mouth.
I'm trying to tell you, like Kim has, she does not have to do anything for some reason. They're just still a power couple. For
yep. I know. I don't know why.
First of all, I seen the tape.
What they do.
Once you see the tape, you should really be questioning why you want to wife her for real anyway, because she really was kind of lazy. But
she was like, I wouldn't say she was lazy, but she was like. She was like the typical girl, like, not like the typical girl, but I mean, in my research of me dealing with girls and dealing with stuff like that, man, her like laying in the bed more than half the time, and not a lot of them participate. not a lot of them really participate and give you that extra energy. Like, I'm gonna meet you halfway. Some of them will turn into what I call a pillow princess. It's like for the first 2 rounds, they probably with you, yeah, you feel it, yeah. And then like later on, you really get the hums and the hems because it's like. At that point, you doing
even
done, or you just doing all the work at this point. Now,
even with that, I'll give you that. I will give you that. But at the same time, like after you seen the tape, Kanye wasn't the next nigga after that.
No, he wasn't.
So it's just like we talking about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 niggas later.
11, damn, count 11 people. I count like 3.
I know,
bro. Listen. So first of all, she married what's his name?
The football player.
Yeah.
She's fucking with Reggie Bush.
Right.
Ray J, of course, he hit it first. We already know. I heard the song. That's 2. The dude that played for the Brooklyn Nets. What was his name? Well, not Brooklyn. It was New Jersey Nets when he was playing with him.
Oh damn.
Chris Humphries.
Oh, Humphries.
Yeah, they got married. We forgot about the marriage, my nigga. That's 3.
Okay.
I know there's more than that, bro. For
she was
sure.
with somebody before she was with Kanye.
I counted 3, my nigga.
She definitely got married again. She had this is like her 3rd or 4th marriage. Like her with Kanye is like 3rd or 4th.
Yeah, I would say 3rd.
3 or 4
for Kanye. I'm going down with Kanye was 3rd.
So it's just like,
he made her sign a prenup. Oh, she made him sign a prenup.
Me too.
I don't know. Nick Cannon definitely hit it.
He he clean hit that shit.
Allegedly.
Yeah, there's rumors out there that he hit.
But I mean, it's Kim K, it's Hollywood. So if you was in Hollywood, you have money.
Man, Nick was down. He a superstar slick, bro.
Yeah, Nick can have it, bro. Bro, you know what I'm saying? Nick get all my respect.
Nick been out here moving, bro. He been moving and ain't stopped moving, bro. People been sleeping on Nick, bro.
Yeah.
They
been making the moves.
They let the jokes on Wild and Out like belittle him to when he actually is like, yo, Nick Cannon about neck and neck with Steve Harvey personally, if you ask me.
Yeah, honestly, like,
I agree.
He like a younger version, bro.
You understand.
He really been putting in the work.
When he get up there with Steve Harvey, he probably gonna have all what Steve had.
For sure. He do the same shit, really. Host, act. He does comedy.
Yeah, obviously.
He
stand up.
He raps a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? He raps in. We ain't gonna talk about that. Let's not talk about the raps.
But yeah,
even though he can freestyle, I'll give him that. He can freestyle his ass off because everything he do is a freestyle, like all the time. So I give him.
I used to have a crush on him. You remember that one movie where he was a pool boy or something like that with Christina Milian?
Let them cross the road.
Yeah,
you like goofy niggas.
No, bro, them niggas is them niggas you want to hang with.
That nigga was nerdy.
Kick her in the face.
Yeah, Keenan in that motherfucker. Yeah, Kumar from Harold and Kumar.
Yeah, man, that's the squad, bro.
Yeah, he had that black dude that was on Your Mama.
Your Mama, yeah, Yo Mama.
Who else?
Nah,
I always wanted to imagine Christina Milian.
And he's CEO or CFO of Nickelodeon.
Yeah, Teen Nick. Yeah, he like the hunter up there. He ain't like the boss, but he got a mean rank up there.
He's like the Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah, like he run things up there basically.
No, he hired than Ryan Seacrest. It's like
he hired in that. Like he got something like he like basically control the program. He the reason why they brought back like the 90s mix.
That was him.
Yeah, so shout out to Nick Cannon, man. But you know, so what's that nigga number 5?
Yeah.
So all right, 5 niggas, but still like. Kim and Kanye were not, you know what I'm saying, I can't call him a power couple because it's just like Kim didn't make him better.
Wait, was it Noguchi? Did he release that one controversial lyric? Which one was it?
About Kim K?
Yeah.
He said something like that.
Wasn't it?
He said something like that, but I don't think
I feel like Gucci went down all the time when he bust out Angela Yee.
Right, the Gucci episode. We saved it all for the Gucci episode. The Guwap episode. It's all Guwap episode. I promise you, bro.
Gucci was
the Gucci episode, bro.
He's the Kodak Black of this era, man.
Bro, the Gucci episode. Save it all. I promise you.
No more Gucci. No more Gucci.
I promise you. That's a whole episode worth of talking right there. But yeah, so I can't consider Kim and Kanye a power couple because Kim don't make Kanye better for real.
No,
like not even a little bit. And Kim,
she just exists though.
She's just there. Like she's just something like. Just so he can say, yeah, exactly. Just so he got Kim K. Like, he wifed the baddest bitch. Even though I didn't even think she was all that bad. Like, the ass was really all that red. You know what I'm saying?
Man, yeah, I feel like, I didn't even realize, like, when, you know, they show you, like, the before surgery, it ain't really got to necessarily be, like, an actual, like, everybody don't go under, like, under the knife and stuff. Like, it could be, like, a facelift or something. Or it be, like, you know, small injections or whatever the issue is. But before her under the knife, she was looking so regular. Or she didn't look as voluptuous.
Super basic, bro.
Yeah, she didn't look as voluptuous. And then, you know, the whole makeup, bro, I've dealt with women, period, that looks totally different once they take that makeup off.
Totally different.
Post college, it was this bad lady, bro. She was in this personal training class. Can't drop her name because she might be listening to this podcast one day. She might know what I'm talking about. But it's bad.
As soon as you tell the story, she gonna know.
She already like, goddamn.
She just don't want to drop it so everybody around her don't know. All right, I feel it.
She older anyway. You know what I'm saying? So first off, she ain't done anything I gotta say, but still, she basically was there, and she looked bad as ever. I mean, like ass, fat, body, physique. I'm like, I'm surprised I'm in the same class with you right now. Like, we sitting together talking about personal training right now, and I just can't stop looking at your ass and stuff like that. But basically, she came to work with no makeup on one day and turned her 9 into a hot little 5. I'm like, all that's holding on to you is this ass you got. Because, like,
that's
my thing is, like,
yeah,
if you ain't got that natural beauty, but I really can't fuck with you. Now, like, if I can't enjoy you without that makeup, then I feel like we got a problem.
See, that's how I end up dating coworkers in the first place. Because
damn, you know that?
I don't always date my coworkers, but when I do, you know what I'm saying? It's mainly because I've seen you in and out your element. Because when we all know this. Like, people don't always wear makeup to work every day, but they don't feel like doing that shit every day. True. So I get to see what your face look like for real, at least once. Mm-hmm. I got to.
At least once out of them 7 days, because you ain't gonna wake up and beat that face every day.
Bro, you ain't gonna wake up. You gonna go crazy every day.
Probably do eyeliner here and there, you know what I'm saying? A little shadow, but all that other stuff, you're not like, nah, no concealer today. I ain't got the time. Woke up 30 minutes late.
No, sir. So, with Kim K, it's just like, I don't think really they were ever a power couple. I think, honestly, like, I don't think her with anybody was really a power couple. Everybody took that L somehow, some way. You know what I'm saying? Reggie Bush ain't never been the same. You know what I'm saying? They took this nigga Heisman away from him.
Yo, I swear, that's crazy.
After that shit, nigga.
Man.
Chris Humphries ain't never been a hooper again.
This man went to early retirement, but after this one, I swear to God, I ain't hitting nothing from Reggie Bush no more, bro. He's supposed to be, I thought he was going to be like Tiki Bar, but at least get one ring, you know what I'm saying?
Nothing, bro.
I think he got one. I don't know, maybe.
Did him and Drew Brees, bro? Yeah, that bro. He was on that team. That was one. That's a one.
But still,
shout out to him for getting his one.
Right,
you feel me?
But still, man, after him and Kim, it's like you just turn into this whole new thing, or like a whole new self, a whole new you. I felt like, not to piggyback off that, but like the only other person, the only female I've known to do that, but in a positive way, is Erykah Badu. That's like one woman I always wanted to like meet. You know what I'm saying?
I always wanted to smash Erykah.
Right.
I want to wife.
I didn't want to say. I want to say smash because
I don't want to say smash. I genuinely, Erykah Badu. If you watching, just know I'm young, I'm reckless, but I'm willing to change.
But
just let me know what it takes, and we can just work it out from there. You lovely. You got a beautiful heart, beautiful face, beautiful soul.
She's just beautiful.
Beautiful all around, boy. She got the bean booty on her. I'm sorry, Erykah, for disrespecting you. So I'm sorry.
Now she convinced me to goddamn do whatever, because I remember she said,
family.
What? Man, I remember she said that. I remember she had to stand up and not stand up, but she had a little poetry from Def Jam, and then like she said a line that she be shooting up. I'm like, damn, does Erykah Badu be popping them pills and doing all that extra stuff? I was like, I wouldn't even care. I'd do it with you. I might not even be a fan. You know what I'm saying? I want to make a million more with you. No, this is part of her little lyrics and stuff. It's just her Def Jam poetry.
Me and Andre 3000 co-parent, man.
You silly.
Co-parent.
I would love to meet 3 Stacks, by the way. That's another thing. But, if I can't do the wonderful Erykah Badu, I would love to. Shout out to her.
Yeah, I think I was wondering if they signed 7 was going to be something like not. He don't even have to deal with like the hip hop culture, but because I feel like he was going to be tall because he looked tall, like you know what I'm saying, probably a basketball player or something. Yeah, Andre tall too though, but still I thought he was going to be like because he's coming from 2 talented people, you know what I'm saying, so he has to have something that's manifesting down there that might give him the spark or give him something that rises. Just like Jaden and Willow, you know what I'm saying, they came from 2 talented people, so it ain't no point for them, they gotta shine.
Right.
Anything they do is gonna have some type of limelight to it because of the people they are.
All right, but what about if we talking power couples? What about Will and Jada?
Oh, they're definitely
we did segue into that one.
They're like very in tune with each other, like spiritually, mentally. They like really know each other.
Yeah, that's why I like that connection they have with each other. Like it's a connection between the 2 of them that the rest of the world don't understand.
Yes.
Like it's like the whole between Jada and August Alsina, I think, all bullshit aside, like, if anything, Will probably did know about it.
Mm-hmm. Of course he knew about it, bro. First of all, they had an open marriage, bro.
Yeah, and it's always been like that. It's always been
like he was trading about it. He probably heard the song, was like, huh? Okay.
Right, because, Will been hitting that shit since been hitting that shit, so.
It's the 90s, bro.
But for real, though.
Back when he was hitting her and his first baby mama.
Trying to tell you, made the whole just the 2 of us, cuz.
Oh,
so he been on his.
He been on that way.
Yeah, most definitely.
But their family is just so Well, I ain't gonna say the kids are so beautiful, but they have a beautiful family dynamic. It's real eccentric as hell, but they dynamic as a family is real nice. And, you know what I'm saying? Will and Jada's connection is always great. It's the same connection me and Erykah can have. Erykah, you ever see this? Just holla at your boy. But you know, they definitely.
I'm trying to tell you.
Erica, listen, man.
I know
Listen,
you
this is
see
me and
me,
you time.
girl. I know you see me.
Erica, this is me and you time. Listen, don't worry about what they saying. If you do see this, just know I'm ready whenever you are.
Is you ready? Is you ready?
I may be young, but I'm ready. I know that's not your song,
But hey,
but
we
it's
can make
true.
it our song.
You can make it our song. You can call on me like they called on Tyrone.
Bro, you silly, man.
All right, y'all. It's the Mic Podcast. So, you know, with new artist alert, who y'all trying to put on?
All right. So I posted on my story and I asked people to send me their new music that they wanted to recommend or whatever. Somebody said Ain't Fancy by Justina Valentine.
Okay.
One More Time by Anne Marie.
Mm-hmm.
03 Greedo.
03 Greedo. Same difference.
03, yeah.
Oh, yeah, 03 Greedo.
Yep.
Free 03. He still locked up?
I wouldn't know. I'm not an 03
I'm gonna have to check
Greedo
him out.
fan. I don't chase
I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but I just.
You heard
I guess
him
I'm a
locked
fan.
up, though.
I guess I'm a fan, kind of, sort of. But yeah, free 03 Greedo if he ain't out yet.
Ari Lennox, Whipped Cream. Oh, I've heard that one. That was good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Winner's Circle, Anderson .Paak.
Yeah,
That's
that's
another
good.
one.
That's actually good one, though.
Verizon Smino. Actually, that was Evie. Shout out to Evie. That was Evie that did that.
Yeah,
Okay.
shout out to this guy, Evie.
Yeah.
I'm about to cut the recording.
Damn. Hey, no, but hey, to piggyback off that one, I like that 1.5 21 Savage Offset. You know what I'm saying? It ain't new, but it's kind of new. Like it's new to the industry of mainstream. That Just Vibe. That was Hood Rich Pablo One. It's off his new album, Blow.
Blow the movie.
Yeah.
So all right, let me ask you real quick: is there a movie for real, or
Well, I ain't seen the movie.
I ain't seen no
yet.
trailer or
I
nothing?
ain't seen it. That's what I
Like,
said.
why he could just named it Blow if it was gonna be no movie?
Well, it might be because it's saying it's a soundtrack, so it might be a movie called.
Well, shout out to Hood Rich, man. You heard one Hood Rich song, you done heard them all.
Yeah,
Be fucking with it.
That Just Vibe though with him and Ghana, that shit go in.
Hell yeah.
And then that Yellow Beezy back at it again. I mean that's
I've been
on radio.
bumping that shit.
Yeah,
That
that's
shit
on
heavy.
radio. But I mean I don't know if anybody you got to mention that stuff to some people.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Yellow Beezy. Shout out to Gucci, Quavo.
Cause they've been doing their thing. And
It's
then
been making the rounds.
I know, right? It's been a long time coming. You feel me? And then I think Here For You, it's Kim Vera. That's like the last one. And then it's kind of like, a side chick song. But hey, it's good to me.
Yeah.
I feel it. For me, it'll probably be the same thing with the Hood Rich. I just thank you for reminding me that Hood Rich dropped that album. I definitely heard it all the way through and forgot about it.
Yeah, actually, bro, when I did the Bonfire this past Sunday, Terrence reminded me. He was like, "You heard the new Hood Rich Pablo One?" And so I'm describing the album. It's the same. We talk about the same album, but for some reason I couldn't find the title. I kept calling it Glow, like Glow.
Oh yeah, but it's Blow. Yeah,
yeah, like Glow from the Netflix series, but it's Blow.
Yeah, that's stupid.
That's the difference.
Yo, but yeah, so I heard it. I mean, it's cool. Like I said, you heard one Hood Rich Pablo One song. You've literally heard every other song he done ever made. Like I promise you.
Still sound the same a little bit.
So I think he just used what I like to call an upgraded Migo flow, which saying
innovative Migo flow.
You know what I'm saying, like a Migo flow that he just stuck to, and now it's just his own. And, he just made it his own, and now it's his own forever, and he'll just stick to it forever. But it's not always a bad thing, but it's not so good because it makes listening to like his albums kind of tedious. Because I've literally heard
I never thought about that one. Tedious, it is kind of tedious though.
Like I've heard all his albums since like Designer Drugs 1, like before he even got signed to Gucci, and it's just merely more or less the same song over and over, like 5-6 albums of the exact same song. But it does have its moments. So the ones I can think of off the top are like the singles, the one with Nav and Gucci. That shit was pretty hard. And Slang Dope. That might be my favorite song of the whole project.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's good though. Yeah, that's Slang Dope.
Yeah, I ain't seen the video for it yet, but definitely like the song
video
itself. Yeah, that's how I knew. Like he dropped the video before he dropped the album, so I seen like snippets of it, like him posting on Instagram.
Okay.
But I haven't actually seen it like all the way through. But yeah, so shout out to Hood Rich. That's what I really been. That's some new shit I've been bumping. Listening to Young Bands. you know, here and there. He got a song, Side by Side, that I've been fucking with heavy. You know, shameless plug. Shout out my boy Shar, Keontae Norm. You know what I'm saying? Me and him been rocking since high school. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely been like an artist that has been in my rotation since then. And, you know, we just so happen to, you know, have, you know, a little work together. So, you
putting
know,
in a little work.
Just a little something. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, you know, go on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Type in Keontae Norm. You know what I'm saying? Watch the daily routine. Official video is out now. The lyric video been out. You know what I'm saying? We got the Believe It lyric video out. You know what I'm saying? You can peep his Instagram at Keontae Norm. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot of his pictures. You can peep my Instagram too. Thumbnail Chopper. You can see all my shit. You know, that's just shameless plug work. But
it's shameless plug work. Get it in.
I just had to, you know what I'm saying? Just be working with artists. If we talking about new cats, that would probably be the one that I would definitely plug for real. You know what I'm saying? He has like a real he's a real chill person, period. And you know, you can tell in his music, like he could definitely like rap for real. So he'll get on some real smooth shit and rap for you for real. He'll get on some trap shit and still rap for real. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't afraid to do it either way it go.
Right.
So you know, big shout out to him.
Both worlds.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's real versatile like that. You know, there was one point I remember we was in high school. He tried to sing and shit. You know what I'm saying? The singing's definitely gotten better since high school. I ain't gonna cap. So you know, yeah, just big shout out to him. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, Wildcard, ENT. You know what I'm saying? Q, Jack Waters. You know, shout out to all them boys, you know. So that's all I got.
Oh, I wanted to piggyback off that. It's Noir. He's a new artist, really like breaking that scene of mainstream. He got a song called Fancy Sex, and it's by him and Smino and Drizzy. It's kind of like dope. But his whole album is like a neo soul hip hop feel, so he's kind of like a blend of like Lauryn Hill and Common put together. And when you hear you know, a melody from time to time, but on some lyrical stuff, he kind of knowledgeable. But once again, his name Nori, or not Nori, Noir. I'll make sure I say that right.
How you spell it?
Like black. This is Noir. Noir. That's the only reason. Because then on top of that, my gamer tag is like Noir Demise. So I was like, hey, shit, who is this Noir guy? Noir guy. Let me check him out. So I found the song. The song I recommend you start listening to is Fenty Sex. It's like FENTY sex, featuring Semino and Drizzy. And Drizzy be doing. She do good on her features. I actually got to pull up her catalog. Her and what's the other girl? They start with a K. Camellia or Kamala. She like raps. She a little bit. She rap. Dang, she rap like Kamaya, yeah, Kamaya.
Oh, yeah.
So the two of them, like the two of them, I discovered them, or me listening to them. I listened to them at the same time, but Kamaya, yeah, that both of them actually do good. But I'm just saying, Drizzy do good. You know what I'm saying? All together. Just wanted to say Kamaya name in coalition with Drizzy. But besides that, yeah, I don't. That's all I'm currently listening to. I don't want to use them all in 1 week.
Right.
I feel it.
Try to give them 4 or 5 a piece.
You know, I can't even really see who I'm listening to because my Apple Music expired literally today.
Oh, what?
Yeah, my student account shit, man. I was using that shit up. Now it's over with. As of today, it's a wrap. So I either got to pay the whole 10 or get that shit up. So
yeah, I'm gonna gain $10 a month, bro. But I ain't got to hook up like Gigi. I'm not like Gigi. I don't have the benefits.
Oh, you got benefits?
She got them benefits.
on somebody else's account.
Must be nice. Must be nice. Must be fucking nice. Just casually all over other people's shit. I never understood that, bro. Shout out to all the people using other people's shit, man. All the people on other people's Hulu, other people's Netflix. All that shit, man. Shout out to y'all, bro. Because I've never been that nigga.
I pay for Netflix.
Shit, I am that Netflix nigga. I mean, I use my Netflix. I give my Netflix password to other people, but I used to be like that at one point. Like I would borrow somebody's like Hulu, especially like Hulu or what's this? It's another one like. It was like one other program, Sling TV or something like that. I had to borrow somebody's Sling account one time because I had Roku. I had you know what I'm saying? I had the whole 9. But man, the Netflix I give out to anybody, and then my Direct TV, I don't own that either. I borrow that from the homie. We trade off. I gave him the Netflix for the Direct TV here and there. You know what I'm saying?
See, no, I don't have none of that, bro. If I got it, I got to pay for it.
Network.
Look, I got Netflix, I got Hulu only because I got it with commercials during Black Friday, and it was 99 cents a month. So I'm only paying 99 cents a month.
That ain't bad.
That's the only reason why I got Hulu. And then, I don't have Apple Music, or I might have Apple Music. I haven't decided yet. I'm
gonna keep my Apple Music. I'm gonna keep making.
I'm gonna try and keep it. Like, I've been on it for years now. I can't go. I can't want to start fresh somewhere else. Like, what the fuck? I don't want to do that.
I mean, you can. That's a good time to go to Spotify. You know what I'm saying? Where you can.
Spotify's not that bad, really. I promote it.
Or Tidal. Tidal quiet over there too.
Because I like listening to albums. Like, I just now recently started getting into making playlists.
Oh, I've been making playlists.
I've never been a playlist nigga. I got if you go on my Apple Music, I got like 3 playlists. Well, 3 playlists that I can name on top of my head. Mm-hmm. One is like the slow jam R&B shit. One is for Earth Gang and Jid shit together. Okay. And then one is off Kenny Beats. Shout out to Kenny Beats, man. He's like definitely one of my favorite producers out right now. But I just got a whole playlist of just like his beats. Like every time I hear, "Whoa, Kenny!" I'm like, "Oh, this shit finna be Kenny." That's my shit. Yo, that's my shit, yo. So those are my only 3 playlists ever. Like, I haven't made playlists since I stopped making CDs.
Oh, you tripping.
Like, when I had to make CDs for my car, then I was like, all right, I'll make a playlist.
Back in the day, man.
Ain't no back in the day. I don't do it now.
What? About 2 years ago, I was making playlists for my car. Yeah.
The only reason why I don't do it now, the only reason why I don't do it now is because my CD is jammed in my CD player. So I got one CD in it. I can't be
that bitch on repeat.
On repeat, bro. It ain't even one of my favorite CDs, bro. It's like a featuring 2 Chainz mixtape. So it's just all the 2 Chainz features. It's not even his songs for real. Right. It was like I only had it because it was like a handful of songs that I like, and I was just burning CDs. And it just so happened that one CD got stuck at the right moment for it to be the only one that I could listen to now. So it's either that or the radio. And I just pick the radio. Usually at this point, I'm picking silence at this point.
I'm like that 945 be tough sometimes.
It be sometimes, but the problem I have, bro, I got 6 stations plugged in, and all 6 go to commercial at the same time.
Oh yeah, that's why. That's legit happens. So like. And then 945, I feel like every other, like, they play a song, and then the next commercial is about car accident injuries. Like, yo,
1-800. You don't even play with me. Okay. We jamming to that commercial.
I hate those commercials.
Every week.
I swear they
them cap-ass commercials. You don't even know it's a commercial until you hear the lyrics.
I know.
Like, oh, this is hard. I'm like, wait a minute, nigga. This ain't no song. Y'all tried to play me, bruh. Like, I don't like that shit.
Damn.
I hate that shit.
For real.
I turn that shit as soon as I realize, like,
got me again. 1-800-411-PAIN. Shit on that. I know this number now. For real. Shit.
1-800-411-PAIN. Like, hell the fuck no.
Damn.
Be remixing songs, bro.
I swear.
It be commercials, bro. I'll be like, oh, this is the song. Like, nope, you gotta listen to them lyrics, dog. Listen to what they saying for real. I don't even think that's legal for real. Ain't that copyright in its own right?
Nah, you can rewrite it, just call it attribution. What was it? Like a tribute. And you get away with it.
Oh, that's too crazy, bro.
Call it music tribute. Yeah.
Lil Wayne been doing that for years, bro.
I know, right?
He's been making tributes off people beats for too long not to be. Alright, bro. Whatever.
He got paid for it.
Yeah, I know Wayne ain't hurting off it now.
Yeah, at all.
Mixtape Weezy, he ain't tripping. He don't give a fuck. Even though I'd be mad, like,
we should make a Wayne podcast.
Yeah, we should.
That's gonna be the episode after the Gucci. Mm-hmm. We need it. Alright, so we doing Gucci first, then Wayne,
then maybe Jay-Z.
Maybe Jay-Z. I don't really have a lot to say about Jay-Z. I think
Jay-Z. Yeah, my big points would be like Blueprint though. Mm-hmm. I mean, I ain't really like. I mean, I like the Black Album, but my main points, if we ever cover Jay-Z, would be like all his Blueprints 1, 2, and 3. Of me liking them, but I mean, I ain't gonna lie, half of them produced by Kanye.
What's that album where they came out together? It's not. Because I was gonna say Game of Thrones for some reason.
Close enough.
Right?
Isn't that supposed to be Watch Thrones too?
It's supposed to be.
Happening.
But the deluxe version of that.
Right.
I don't know, man. With Kanye, I don't know what to believe.
Okay.
I really don't. This nigga is crazy. He bipolar. He crazy.
Yeah, he is. He probably got it though.
I don't think he's bipolar, but he crazy.
I don't know. He got
like all over the place.
Nah.
Like how he's smiling, then one time he upset. Like I don't know.
That's
like,
I'm gonna give it up to Snoop Dogg.
He said that's bipolar.
I'm gonna give it up to Snoop.
Bipolar.
Snoop said it best, man. He don't have a black woman in his life. That's all that really is.
Yeah, man. His mama died. That's when it changed.
His mama died. He ain't been the same since. So, rest in peace to Mama Kanye. But, all right, one more time. All right, y'all. Last words before we get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Anything y'all want to promote? Anything y'all got to say? You know what I'm saying? Let it be known before we get up out of here.
All right, well, it's your girl Gigi. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, Young Mocha Hunters, YUNG Mocha Hunters. Thank you.
Not Nene.
Not Nene.
Well, yeah, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Cash App, Tevin El Chapo. TEVINELCHOPO. Shout out to Gucci because that's where I got the name from.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to talk about that next episode.
It's your boy DJ Ristic, man. You can follow me on Instagram at DJ_Ristic. If you guys want to hold on to the podcast, or if you want to get a hold of the podcast, click the link in my profile and it'll direct you to Mixcloud. Once again, name is DJ Ristic. On Instagram, DJ_Ristic. Also, if you want to add me on Apple Music, you can. You know what I'm saying? I will screenshot my Apple profile. You guys can add that as well. I do playlists pretty often, at least once a month, about an hour long of current hip hop and other songs I like. So some of them don't be hip hop. You might get some trance or EDM, but it's a good song and it goes good with the playlist. But once again, I'm chopping this up, so I'm talking heavy shit.
No, you good. If we play Apple Music, I mean, it might be Tevin El Chapo on there too. Or if you find it, I'm there. If you don't even look. Just don't even look. Just know. Just don't. Matter of fact, don't even start looking till tomorrow. So whenever you see this episode, wait till the next day. Wait till the next day to start looking for me on there. Tevin El Chapo, or my real name Tevin Bailey, Bailey. I don't know. That's my Apple Music, man. Like I said, if you find me on there, I'm there. If you don't, sorry, dog. Just find me on Instagram. Find me on Instagram. Chop Shops, Chops. I gotta be fucking up. Chop Shots Photography. ChopShots.org. That's my website. All my video photography work. You know what I'm saying? Definitely got to put links to this shit in there too. I got to update my website, by the way. But, we got big shit going on. So, like I said, you find me on Apple Music, fuck with me. I make playlists sometimes. Really, like, hardly ever, but I'll listen. Darius can't be the only nigga talking shit, bro.
I stay talking that shit.
You can't be the only one.